Hey everyone, welcome back to Realpolitik. Today is June the 11th, 2023, and we're going to talk about the latest developments in Ukraine. Before we start, please like and subscribe, and let's get right into it. All right, so in Ukraine, in the Zaporizhia region, it's been a week now that the Ukrainians have launched their long anticipated counteroffensive, trying to overtake Russian front lines. And they've lost more than 70 pieces of tanks and armored vehicles. More than 70 have been verified, but they finally have had some decent amount of progress. So in the Vremivka tactical bridgehead right here, you see that they've taken several settlements. So this news came out yesterday. I went over it in the video yesterday, but they took the settlement of Blahodatne, Starozheve, and before that Neskuchne, and now they're saying that they also took the settlement of Makarivka. So here's the thing. Let's look at some pictures. So this is them in Zove, right? And this picture right here, this was from yesterday. This picture, they have their flag on top of this house. Blahodatne, and where's the picture? Yeah, here we go. So this is them in Blahodatne. So they are milking this for for all it's worth in terms of the PR. Now, just to note, these settlements are empty. They're very small settlements. I mean, they're like little, just a few streets here, as you can see. Um, Not even barely a kilometer squared, right? This settlement, it's just like I guess there might, I don't know. Is there a house? There might be a few houses here. There's just kind of a main street or highway running through, runs along the river. But basically, before this counteroffensive even began, I very much suspected that the Russians would actually withdraw immediately from this bridgehead, the Vermivka bridgehead. I thought that they would straighten the line to something like this, maybe something like this. I don't know, maybe something like this. Of course, if you think about it, the it just makes sense to withdraw from this salient, right? Because if you have a straight line, then the enemy can only attack you from one side, more or less, right? North to south in this case. Here they can attack from north to south, east to west, west to east. So they can attack from three directions instead of one, right? And then if you measure it out, actually, from if they flatten out the line, the Russians flatten out their front line, it is about 19 kilometers, 20 kilometers, 11 miles, more or less. And, but if you measure it out all the way around the salient, it's twice the distance. So you need pretty much twice as many troops to cover a salient like this as opposed to just straightening the line like this. So from a tactical perspective, it makes sense to withdraw. Now, there's some other news today. There's also the fact that the Russians and Ukrainians they exchanged prisoners. 95 Russians exchanged for 94 Ukrainian prisoners, and I think a lot of them are prisoners that were captured from the start of the counteroffensive. So since the start of the week, last Sunday. Anyways, let's look at some pictures and some footage. These are some destroyed Max Pros from Zaporizhia front line, the front line we were just looking at. And I showed you guys yesterday some footage of other destroyed armored vehicles, armor tanks. So these gains are not coming for free, that is for sure. And I just want to show you guys this. This is just funny to me.
But if I look over here, look at the actual square here, you can see this is the fire apparently on the tank. I know it's grainy, but fire doesn't appear in squares, and it does. And if you look at the image carefully, it does look as if it's almost been superimposed. So I'm not entirely sure what this is part of the information war that's going on.
So yeah, this is just copium. Out of 10, it would be level 100. Like, what the hell is this guy saying? There's so much footage. There's so many videos. Like, I'm just tired of this nonsense, right? Like, if the Russians lose, they lose. If the Ukrainians lose, they lose. Like, people, like, this man is a grown man. Like, what is wrong with him? Like, there's a square. Well, yeah, it's called pixelation, man. There's video quality isn't always like, 14K HD, whatever. Like, fuck's sakes, man. It's just irritates me hearing shit like this. Anyways, the Vermivka tactical bridgehead, the bridgehead we're just looking at, more destroyed Ukrainian armor. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying the Russians aren't taking losses, but this is what's coming out. This is what we see. That guy would probably say this is fake too or something, or it's CGI or AI generated, I guess. Yeah, this goes on for a while. Anyways, you actually want to see something that's really AI generated? Here, I'm going to show you guys something. So Buddha now, the intelligence, the head of the Ukraine's intelligence, right? Yeah, Ukrainian intelligence. He's the chief. The Russians announced that they had killed him in a missile strike. We haven't seen him since. And anyways, they released this video. You guys tell me what you think. And by the way, set this on the highest quality settings and just kind of like zoom in on his face. Try to like look at your screen. Just look carefully. Just look at this. Tell me what you think. Look at his neck. And how he's breathing deeply and his chest is going up and down. Some people are saying this is not real. This is AI generated. When I just look at my screen on my laptop, at first I thought it was real. Now, when I look at it really closely, look at my screen, I think it might be fake. Look at his eyes. Like a second ago, is there something with his eyes? Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Why isn't he talking? Why has he not been around? That looks pretty real at the end, right? I'll tell you that. But you know what? This is a post I made, and this is look at this. This is AI generated. I made this in 2 seconds. Like, I made this in 2 seconds.
Friend. Welcome, friend. Welcome, friend.
Right? Look,
Welcome,
it's pretty real,
friend.
but there's just something uncanny about AI generated stuff. Like, I mean,
Welcome,
look.
Friend. Welcome, friend. Welcome, friend.
Yeah, imagine how good it'll get over time, but I don't know. I think this might very well be AI generated. Because this is free software I used. I made it in 2 seconds. So imagine if they're using good software. Like, I don't know, man. It's you guys tell me what you think in the comments, right? Anyways, in the Black Sea, right here, Russian Ministry of Defense says Ukrainian naval drones attacked Vishnya class intelligence ship Prozovye. And let's take a look at some footage. This ship was basically protecting pipelines that go from Turkey from Russia to Turkey, right? And there's actually two pipelines. But anyways, let's look at the footage. Wow, you know what? There's some pixelation there. This must be fake, right? According to that head on Sky News, there's pixelation. This must be fake. This must be completely made up. So let's just forget about it, right? No, I'm just kidding, guys. But let's look at it from the beginning. Turn this down. So yeah, the Russians, they destroyed 6 of these unmanned surface drones. They're speedboats rigged with explosives, basically, right? Anyways, there's that. What else? So oh yes, in near the city of Poltava, there is just to the north west. There's this city or town called Mirhorod, and there's an air base. The Russians launched missiles and drones at this air base, reportedly causing extensive damage to the airfield. Yeah, so they've also launched Shawhead drones at the Sumy region, the Russians. And here's a photo showing you what happened. They obviously struck some kind of target of interest. And as always, the Ukrainians and Russians are launching missiles and drones, projectiles at each other. The Ukrainians, as of late, have been targeting the Zaporizhia region with Storm Shadow missiles. Berdyansk targeted with Storm Shadow missiles again today. And anyways, let's look at some more footage and wrap it up. So Ka-52 attack helicopter, the Alligator attack helicopter, hitting Ukrainian targets. Wait for it. Boom. Yeah, and these guys don't even see it coming. The optics on these helicopters are such that they're just hitting them from a distance, right? It's like a turkey shoot, man. It's yes. Oh yeah, this is this right here is north east of Seversk, which is here. So it's right here, the settlement right here. And there's a gray zone right here. There's fighting that's been going on for months and months with no end in sight. But the Ukrainians launched a counterattack and some of their armor was destroyed today. Yeah, it's on fire now. Oh, wow. Yeah, those guys are not gonna survive that. Anyway, so also in Orkovsky, near Orkovsky in Zaporizhia, or Orikhiv as they call it, right here to the west of the Vermivka tactical bridgehead. There was some more Ukrainian armor destroyed. Here it is. You see 2 tanks there and something else here. Like a graveyard, right? Yeah. Looks like a Humvee, a Max Pro maybe. Yeah, mine clearing. These are supposed to be used for mine clearing, right? See this stuff, this equipment mounted on the front? Well, they didn't do a good job, did they? Yeah, this is just a disaster, man. Anyways, guys, that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. Comment below, let me know what you think, and I will see you guys in the next one.